right, so now we're inside one of the units, and you can tell it has a lot to be desired. There's paint on the floor, the countertops have mess on them, everything's dusty, dirty, the air vents have just all this crime on it. It definitely needs a lot of work. Now, luckily, the previous owner that owned this from 2007 to 2018 when they sold it, actually did all of the upgrades. The property was originally built in 1964, but 2 owners ago, they put in these nice countertops, these nice faucets, brand new cabinets, stainless steel appliances, the fancy new doors, you know, fresh coat of paint. They did a lot of work to make this property look great, and that's why they were able to sell it to the previous owner for $6 million. And so the interesting thing is usually what our game plan is when we come into these properties, we want to find something where there's value to be added. And a lot of the time that means upgrading the countertops, upgrading the light fixtures and doing all that. But in this particular property, all that work has already been done. Now you can tell it's messy and we need to come in here and clean it up, but this is not a $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 renovation on these units like we typically see. We'll probably have to come in on this one, we'll have to replace the flooring because that's really a mess, but honestly just cleaning stuff up and a little bit of repair here and there, we can get in and out for, you know, $3,000 and we'll have a brand new unit. So what's really interesting is that this was renting out for $830 a month back 4 years ago. And now that we've taken over, it's currently rented out for $880 a month, and they have a really hard time doing that because maintenance is just not coming in and putting the attention to make this a good turned clean unit. So the few people that do call this property and come in here, they're greeted by something that just looks gross and trashy, and it's hard for them to wrap their mind around actually living here. When they could go down the street, maybe something doesn't have these nice fixtures, but it's just clean and it looks great. And so it's tough to kind of make that decision of like, well, what are we really settling for? Nice looking features that we have to clean ourselves or something else? So that's really what we look for, is coming in and saying, okay, this is a nice property, it's got good bones, it's already got all the work done, it's not gonna take a lot to fix it up. It's mostly a management play, it's mostly a marketing play. So we're going to go in the leasing office in a little bit and we'll talk to the property manager about what it was like before and what we're doing now to make it change. But it's currently got 30% vacancy, and so we have to really put effort into showing not only does it look good from the exterior, but it looks good from the interior. We've got a nice quality of life, and that people are excited to live here. Good advertising, good marketing, and getting people calling and us answering the phones, us giving good tours, us doing good sales work on the phone to make them excited to live here, and then they'll be able to move in. So that's where we really drive the dollars. And even though we're not spending 15 grand to upgrade each one of these units, we're still able to do a little bit to clean it up and just have better overall exterior appearance. And for $600,000 for this entire renovation, we're going to take the rents from $830 on average all the way up to $1,250 on average. And that's going to take the value of this property from $6.8 million all the way up to $12 million. On average, each unit, we bought this for about $91,000 per unit. All in, we're about $99,000 if you include all 600 grand of renovations on these 75 units. And per unit for good looking properties that are well run, they're usually trading between $120,000 and $130,000 per unit. So, and that also comes along with the $1,200 rent a month price tag. So that's kind of our goal, and that's how we know we can drive value, is we see other properties in the area trading for that purchase price per door. We see other properties with the same square footage, with the same upgrades, with the same features, getting that $1,200 to $1,250 in rent. And we see that once they're nicely run, people are willing to pay that and buy them. So for us, it's a nice mathematical formula to say, obviously we're gonna hit our values, obviously we're gonna drive rents. We just have to make this look as good or better than the ones around it. And we've got the budget to do it, we've got the experience, and luckily most of this is just a management play. So that's why we like this deal. We feel like it's a home run. We bought it at a great price. Not a lot of work to get it to where it needs to be, mostly just a little bit of elbow grease on the management side.